Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Anticipation is mounting for today's game, and we've got two quarterbacks looking to make an impact. It's Carson Wentz's Eagles going up against Ryan's Falcons.
All right, we appreciate it, Larry. It's our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. A few moments ago, it was Desmond Trufant of the Falcons making their way out of the tunnel to the delight of this sold-out crowd as his guys get set to do battle with Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles. Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And in front of a raucous crowd, this one is underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. So 2nd and 10 here. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. On 2nd down, Freeman. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Check yourself, baby. Let's go.
From the gun, it's Ryan. It's caught. Jones. A phrase we said a lot last year. Ryan to Jones for a Falcon first down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going.
And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big-time play there for the Falcons. And even 40 yards. Play clock winding down. Here's Ryan. That is caught inside the 5. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Mohamed Sanu, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Falcons take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. First carry for Wendell Smallwood. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Wentz. Dancing to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Robert Alford. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Before the offense changes hands here, let's look back at the Super Bowl February 5th. What a game. I know you were there calling it offensively, though. Impressive on both sides.
It certainly was, and let's face it, if you're in Minnesota, it's cold outside, but you talk about the offenses, they heated up in a big way. How about Nick Foles? The backup quarterback turned MVP, 373 yards, 3 touchdowns, and, of course, the big one receiving on the Philly special.
Quite a story. As you and I were talking about off air, it was just a fluid game, not a lot of penalties, just really clean play.
Exactly the type of game the NFL needed for the audiences at home watching the game and, of course, people in attendance.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by a former first-round pick, Patrick Robinson. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. CD, I want to get your thoughts on some potential free agents this offseason before we change the possession here. Now, caution, many of these guys could be re-signed, I know, but who are some of them? Kirk Cousins is one.
Yeah, we're talking about difference makers. Kirk Cousins at the quarterback position. He's going to be coveted around the league by quarterback-needy teams. Case Keenum had a big year. Could he move? But how about running backs? Le'Veon Bell, Dion Lewis, some pass catchers, Jimmy Graham, Jarvis Landry, Sammy Watkins. And about the guy who goes and gets quarterbacks, DeMarcus Lawrence had a monster year for Dallas last season.
Yeah, a lot of big names that could be out there as free agents. Wentz to throw on second down. Escaping the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Now Wentz on third down. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Brooks Reed able to drop him for a loss of 2, and that'll bring up fourth down. And now they're going to go for it. This isn't 4th and inches. This is 4th and 14. They do go for it. It's Wentz. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. Falcons taking over on offense in just a second. And, you know, this year ended in disappointing fashion now. Last year was the ultimate version of heartbreak. But if you're a Falcon fan, was this one was tough to swallow as well, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because let's be honest about it. Losing in the Super Bowl, I don't care how you lose, you're in the Super Bowl. You're playing for it all. This team was supposed to be as good or a bit.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Eagles will take over here in just a second on offense. And Charles, as you look back to the Super Bowl title run that they just had, what were some of the moves that made that possible?
I'll keep it on the offensive side of the ball, because I thought their front office did a fantastic job of having answers in case things happen. Carson Wentz goes out, well, they had signed Nick Foles to back him up. That worked out pretty well. Getting Alshon Jeffrey as a weapon outside to help them in the passing game. Darren Sproles gets hurt at running back. Corey Clement was signed as an undrafted free agent. He filled in well, and they traded for Jay Ajayi. And how about Jason Peters losing the all-world left tackle? And how will Avante Vitae, who they drafted the year before, filled in quite capably. They had answers for everything they needed.
No gain, and it's second down.
Usually the offense has an answer to anything a defense throws at them, including a safety valve. And that's what they did on that play. They went there, but the defense still made an excellent play and held them to no gain.
And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. Touchdown, Philadelphia! Jay Ajayi, 39 yards. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. I want to give a hat tip real quick, Charles, to J.J. Watt before the possession switches here. Walter Payton, NFL Man of the Year. They totaled up how much he helped raise for hurricane relief, $37 million.
Incredible. Hurricane Harvey, which really hit the Houston area in a big way, and his original goal was $200,000. So congratulations to J.J. Watt and all the people who participated. And Greg Olsen of the Panthers, Benjamin Watson of the Ravens, both tight ends, also nominated and finalists for the most prestigious award as determined by the NFL, the Walter Payton Man of the Year Award.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. Complete to Jones. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Now Ryan on first down. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards. From the red zone now, here's Ryan on first down. And that is incomplete. He was waving his arms, wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of the story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what did you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time he'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that.
That's cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. Throw again. And he whips that one incomplete there. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones is intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. They'll look to run with Freeman. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. It'll be a loss of a yard. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal. They'll try and run. Freeman. How about this defense for a 3rd straight play? He's going nowhere. They lost a big chunk, 6 yards there, and it leads to 4th down. Fourth down. Here's Ryan. And that is going to be incomplete. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt. And the Eagles defense able to hold. But before the possession switches here, I had written down that I wanted to talk about some of the awards this past season in the NFL. We know Brady was the MVP, but Todd Gurley, Offensive Player of the Year.
How about that for a bounce back? Many were questioning whether he'd had a sophomore slump the season before. Didn't even get to 1,000 yards. Was a dominant force in 2017. How about his teammate Aaron Donald on the defensive side? He took home Defensive Player of the Year award.
Yeah, very impressive. They had both sides of the ball. Sean McVay deserving, I think you would agree, of Coach of the Year.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, what he did for the Rams when they went from last in the league in scoring to leading the league in scoring and winning a division title. And how about the New Orleans Saints? Rookie of the Year, offense and defense. Alvin Kamara on offense, Marshawn Lattimore on defense.
A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Well, how many times do we say in this game is speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways. In this case, You got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. And that led to a really nice gain.
And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So the D-line's going to spread out. Now Wentz. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Throwing is Wentz. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Brooks Reed in there to drop him for a 4-yard loss, and it'll be 4th down. So on 4th down, here's the veteran left-footed punter Donnie Jones to kick it away. Let's take it inside his own 40. A minute 57 to go in this first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. Gabriel, the man in motion. Now it's Ryan. He's airing it out for Sanu. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
On 3rd down, Ryan. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. So now 4th down looming. Remember, these guys went for it on their last drive, but it didn't work out.
Yeah, even though it didn't work out, I would not be surprised at all if they went ahead and did it again.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Darn right.
They're going on 4th down. It's Ryan. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Dan Quinn's guys unable to come through there on 4th down. And the Eagles defense able to hold. So the football switching hands here in just a second. And, you know, Tom Brady, just to go off on a tangent for a second, may have lost the Super Bowl. But 3rd MVP this past season, and what he did at age 40, really something, right, Charles?
Absolutely phenomenal. Ended up beating out Todd Gurley, the running back for the Los Angeles Rams. But he would have traded it for a Super Bowl win, don't you think? How about this? The last 9 NFL MVPs to play in the Super Bowl that same season, 0-9.
Yeah.
We go all the way back to Kurt Warner in, what, 1999 when he won the double?
We were going over that stat earlier. That is hard to believe.
But he would have been the MVP had the Patriots pulled that one out.
Yeah, he still has 5 rings, though. 5 Super Bowl titles for Brady.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. And he goes in motion here in the backfield. They run with Ajayi. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. And the Falcons going to use another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Flush to his right. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. They'll throw on first down with Ryan. This is caught inside the 15. And he is out of bounds, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A gain of 32 that time. The wide receiver moving to a new spot. Now it's Ryan. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by a former first-round pick, Patrick Robinson. He's at the 50, 30, 20, 10, and he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Eagles defense gets a pick-six TD.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski, and that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And heavy contact. He is knocked down hard.
Well, not exactly a banner return, so he doesn't give his offense a whole lot of room to work with. They've got to go a long way now to try and score some points. I do know this from experience. There will be a few comments muttered his way by the offense as they head out on the field.
He's airing it out for Sanu. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by a former first-round pick, Patrick Robinson. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
Well, you're sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may force them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Second down now after the incompletion. This is Ajayi. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. They run again with Ajayi. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Now it's Ajayi. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. He came out ready to play. That's 3 tackles for a loss, Charles. We're only in the second quarter.
And that's problematic for the guys trying to run offense, because that means he's got a pretty good idea of what they're doing and is actually beating them to the point of attack and making those plays. I'm going to have to think about some misdirection or something to try and get him away from the ball.
And Sturgis able to knock it through. And actually, Larry, hold that thought. We're right back to the action. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the 3rd quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Second down here after the incomplete pass. From the gun, it's Wentz. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Brooks Reed in there to get him for his second sack of the night. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. And the slot man goes in motion left. Here's Wentz to throw. And he's got it complete to Darren Sproles. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And a big 32-yard play on 3rd.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
And incomplete on the deep ball. Torrey Smith, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down.
I like what they tried to do there. They didn't get a completed pass downfield, but they came off of a momentum play. Big-time gain on the previous snap. Came right back and threw one deep, hoping to catch them on their heels.
Now Wentz on the bootleg. He's going to wind up and air it out. That's caught inside the 20. And that time he's smothered as he's wrestled down at the 16. A gain of 32 that time. First down, a run with Smallwood. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Now Wentz throwing on second down. Flushed out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Vic Beasley in there to get him the 6th time they've sacked him tonight. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. To throw, it's Wentz. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Jay Ajayi, he scored on the ground and through the air. And the Eagles add on to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind. Because they more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. So we get set to start this 3rd quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us.
That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones, 78 yards. And the Falcons get a bit closer. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
They'll try and run with Freeman. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Defensively, certainly not fooled there. Play started at the 2, and he was tackled at the 2.
That has to feel good for them. Not happy about having given up the touchdown, but stopping the 2-point conversion gives them a little bit of a lift as they head to the bench.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. And the back goes into motion. There's a handoff to Ajayi to begin the drive. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Wentz now to throw. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Wendell Smallwood, 58 yards. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead. Well, he wasn't the guy they were initially going for, but after going through the progressions, it worked.
When you have plenty of people who can catch the football, you don't always have to go to your primary target, and sometimes that target is actually covered. Nice job coming off of that and getting it to someone who was open.
And the man out of the backfield gets in for the score. Elliott now to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They go play action here on first down. He's going to rifle one deep. That's caught at the 25. Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones with now his 2nd touchdown of this 3rd quarter. And the Falcons cut into that lead. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And out now come the Eagles. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now a play fake here on first down. Forced out to his left. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
So incomplete on first. Let's see what 2nd down has in store. They'll run with Smallwood out of the pistol. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The Eagles on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Wentz. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Adrian Claymore in there to drop him the 7th time tonight. He's gone down. Here's Donnie Jones now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you...
That's caught inside the 20. And he is taken down deep in Philadelphia territory. A big play there. Ryan to Jones. 48 yards. Back now here on EA Sports. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Throwing now. Ryan on first down. This will be caught just inside the 10. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll make it 2nd down. A good start there on first down. They've got to have this drive.
No doubt about it. Down a couple of scores. They have to find a way to put it in the end zone. Chunk plays, explosive plays. That will be the key to this drive.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with 3rd down looming.
Well, as the play call comes in on 3rd down, you have to think about 4-down territory here. Down a few touchdowns, they need points, and they need big points.
Now they'll put a receiver in motion left. On 3rd down, Devontae Freeman. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that's going to make it 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. And now here is another interception. Picked off inside the 10. He's at the 50. He's at the 40. The 20. 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And here now come the Falcons. And last time, decent field position through the pick-6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Now Ryan. Looking deep for Gabriel. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Taylor Gabriel, 75 yards. And the Falcons get a bit closer. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Halfback sent in motion. Now Wentz. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. The Eagles on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Going with Smallwood running left. And that is what you call a hit stick. Put down to the ground hard at the 29. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Boy, not deterred from those first 2 failed attempts. They're going to go a 3rd time here on 4th down. And he goes in motion here in the backfield. The Eagles indeed snap it. Wentz. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. 11 yards on the pickup, and it'll be first down Eagles. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
They fake the give. Now Wentz. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at 2nd down. Fair to say the secondary play, whichever side you're on, hasn't really been a glowing exhibition so far, but a nice job there to prevent a long completion.
I agree with you, but at some point, someone had to make a play and try and stop this exhibition of almost speed racing that we've been watching, huh?
Yeah, it has been quarterback and receiver dominated. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. Oh, look at this. Wentz going to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to go out of bounds, taking it down inside the 25. 23 yards on the play.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. And the Falcons going to use another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's 2nd down. To throw is Wentz. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team. Granted, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Bleedy Ray Wilson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. 2-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down. Here's Ryan. He's going to let it fly. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Tried to go for the big one there on second down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
Ryan. And he's out of bounds right at the 25. Ryan to Jones, the Falcon connection there for a first. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Looking sideline, incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
And he's got Sanu. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. Ryan to throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 more on that one, and another first down. Throwing now is Ryan. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. Here's Ryan. And he's going to be out of bounds, but able to take it inside the 40-yard line. A nice pickup there, 19 yards. And they're set up better for third. So look at this. They'll go for a field goal now to get within a score. This to get it back to a 1-score game. That's on target, but it's no good.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. Anticipation is mounting for today's game, and we've got two quarterbacks looking to make an impact. It's Roethlisberger's Steelers going up against Carson Wentz's Eagles.
Thank you, Larry. It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look live there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. The scene in South Philly a few moments ago. Boy, the city of brotherly love is fired up. They're saying, "Fly, Eagles, fly," as they get ready to match up